Best way to get a feel for how the quadratic equation works is to actually use it. Let's do some examples. Here's some examples, so they get progressively more difficult, but you've got enough tools to do them already. So the parabola y equals x squared minus 6x plus 5 intersects the x-axis at 2 points. Okay, great. Use quadratic formula to find the x-intercepts. So our quadratic equation is going to be minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So remember, when to find the x-intercepts, we set y equal to 0 and solve. So y here equals 0, so we can eliminate that. If we can solve this, we've got the roots. The x-intercepts, aka the roots. All right. First thing we're going to do is we're going to work out what a, b, and c are. A is going to be 1, b is going to be minus 6, and c is going to be 5. So straight away we can see that the y-intercept is 5. What I like to do is I like to do the discriminant first. If we can get it out of the way, because it's quite an involved thing. If we can work it out, we can work it out a bit quicker. So this is b squared minus 4ac. So this is going to be minus 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 5. So minus 6 squared is 36, minus 4 times 1 times 5 is 20, so that's going to be 16 again. So therefore the square root of 16 is plus minus 4. And now we start to see how this is so useful, to scratching my eye. So our x here is going to be minus b. Well, minus 6 is going to be positive 6 plus 4 all over 2 times 1, which is 2. And it's going to be positive 6 minus 4 all over 2 again. So this is going to be 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 over 2 is 1. And there's our answer. So the two intercepts are at 5, 0 and 1, 0. Easy enough. Next example. So there's not really a hell of a lot to look at this one. The a is 3, 7 and minus 7 and minus 2. It's already equal to 0. Give your answer in 2 decimal places. So again, I'm going to do the b squared minus 4ac bit, the discriminant. So that's going to be minus 7 square minus 4 times 3 times negative 2, because a is 3, b is minus 7, and c is minus 2. So minus 7 squared is 49. Minus 4 times 3 is 12, times negative 2 is positive 24. So that's going to be 73. So our answer is going to be x equals minus b. Well, minus 7 is 7 plus the square root of 73, and that's not going to be a nice number, all divided by 2a, which is 6. And the other one is going to be 7 minus the square root of 73 all over 6. So this one here, we're going to grab our calculator. So 7 plus square root of 73 equals that. Divide that by 6, and that's 2.59 to 2dp. And this one here is going to be 7 minus the square root of 73. Divide that by 6. So two decimal places is going to be minus 0.26. TDP. And we're done. Pretty powerful stuff. We can just put in those numbers, bang, out come the numbers. It's fantastic. Next question. A ball is thrown upwards from the ground at an initial velocity of 20 meters per second. Its height after t seconds is given by that. At what times will the ball be at a height of 15 meters? Well, this bit here is kind of irrelevant. This is what we're actually going to use here. And we want that equal to 15. So we want to solve for t when this is true. And that's a terrible t. So we need it, and to use the quadratic formula, we need it in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Otherwise, we can't use the quadratic equation. So let's bring this 15 over. So we've got minus 5t squared plus 20t minus 15 equals 0. And now we can go ahead and use the quadratic equation. So a is going to be minus 5, b is going to be 20, c is going to be equal to negative 15. Or is it? Can you see a shortcut that we can use that's going to make our life a lot easier? If we divide both sides by 5, our life is going to be a lot easier. Minus t squared plus 4t minus 3 equals 0. And now a equals minus 1, b equals 4, and c equals minus 3. Okay. So let's do the discriminant first. So b squared minus 4ac. So b squared is going to be 4 squared, which is 16, minus 4 times negative 1 times negative 3. So it's going to be negative, negative, negative. So it's going to be 16 minus 12, which is 4. So therefore the square root of this is going to be plus minus square root of 4, which is plus and minus 2. And now we're really on our way to solving it. So minus b is going to be minus 4 plus 2 divided by 2a. 2a is negative 2, so divided by negative 2. That's one of the solutions. And the other solution is minus 4 minus 2 divided by negative 2. So minus 4 plus 2 is negative 2, divided by negative 2 is 1. And this one is negative 4, negative 2 is negative 6. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 is positive 3. So in other words, it's going to be at 15 after 1 second and at 3 seconds. Not going to be after 1 second, but at 1 second. So in other words, the ball is going to go up. It's going to hit 15 meters. It's going to come around and come back down again, passing 15 meters there. So that's after 1 second, and that's after 3 seconds. All right, this last one requires us to do a little bit of work. So we're told that a rectangular garden has an area of 48 meters. So the width and the length. So the length is 2 meters longer than the width. So the length is the width plus 2. Form an equation for the width and use the quadratic formula to find the dimensions of the garden. Well, the area of the garden is going to be the width times the length, and that's going to be the width times W plus 2, and that's going to equal 48. So let's solve for W first. So expanding out that bracket equals 48, but it's got to be in this form: ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So let's bring this 48 over. Now we have it in the sort of form that we want. So a is going to be 1 because there's a 1 in front of that w squared. The b is going to be 2, and c is going to be negative 48. So let's do our b squared minus 4ac bit first. So that's going to be 2 squared, which is 4, minus 4 times 1 times negative 48. And I hope you see that these are going to cancel the negatives there. Okay, so 4 times 1 is 4. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 48 is 196, isn't it? 192. Okay. 192. Oh, well, 4 plus 192 is 196. And I know that 196 is a perfect square. So the square root of 196 is 14. 14 times 14. So in other words, W is going to be equal to minus B, and B is 2. So minus B plus 14 divided by 2 times A, and A is 1, so over 2, and minus 2 minus 14 divided by 2. So minus 2 plus 14 is 12, divided by 6 divided by 2 is 6. And this one here, minus 2 minus 14 is minus 16, divided by 2 is minus 8. Now the width cannot be negative 8. You cannot have a negative distance. So the width must be 6. And we know that if the width is 6, then the length is 2 meters longer than that. So therefore the length is 8. And if we test it out, 6 times 8, does that equal 48? Yeah, it does. And that's how we use quadratic equations.